Fantastic. Justin Costello there, you see on the near side of your picture coming in to grid with Anthony Cross on the outside. That's the yellow with the black border down the bottom half of the car. Then Des Foley, the next of the red ones behind Justin Costello, and then Gavin Buckley in the second of the yellows out the outside. Just coming into your view there is Shane McBride. That's number 46, the black car. Now what you don't see, that is, I beg your pardon, that is Paula Moore, number 99. That's there. What you don't see, rather, on the outside is Shane McBride on the outside of that. But a little bit of movement there as they get ready for the off.
Way to go in the first row there, get the jump on everybody else. They're neck and neck heading away. They start in second gear, these Formula V's. Grab third, Cross it is from the outside of the front row. The former autocross racer Buckley down the outside of Costello, and he's in danger of dropping back, but he hangs on. Watch out for Des Foley. There's Des up to third place. Hard move there, just shovels Buckley to the outside, Matt. And as they go through Adelaide Corner, I think Des could be the one to watch here in third.
Well, he certainly could. He showed it there. I thought he was going to lose out to Foley there. He looked like he was in the wrong part of the track, but good aggressive driving, very fair driving, but nonetheless needed to make a very emphatic move there, and that is precisely what he did. And look at, he's challenging now for a second as they come back up the hill.
Yeah, we've seen him on Mondello TV before. Likes to get the car out of shape, pushes hard on cold tires. Having a look down the outside on Sayed Corner, that's an off-camper corner. It's very hard to go around the outside there, but on cold tires it's even harder. Paula Moore going nicely. She's latched onto the back of Buckley there in fifth place, the black Leastone. She's having a look up the inside for fourth. And no change to lead just yet, or is there? Down the outside this time is Des Foley, tries to switch back to the inside but doesn't quite make it. They grab fourth gear quite early here, and then it's just a drag race down the main straight and under that EFOX bridge for these little 1600cc Formula V's.
And Foley is not afraid to leave the door open. He tries it down the outside this time. Now if he can live around the outside there, he's going to have it on the turn in, and yes, it looks like he's made it. Now that's a very strong manoeuvre. Leo, we've seen several people try that in the past. They don't always make it stick, but Foley there, as you say, on cold tires, managed to do an outstanding manoeuvre, gets himself up to second.
Yeah, he must have watched Sophie Byrne in the Future Classics last race out. She did that exact move. Either that or he has damage turned off. He's a gamer by background, Des Foley, but he really has. It's great to see him just step into motorsport and go so well. And Paul Heavey will be loving this. He's down the outside, beginning to give Cross the work over already. He's definitely the one with the pace. I'm not sure what happened in qualifying, but in the works, Leastone straight away from the off, he's been having a go, and I do think he'll have a go for the lead. He's quite wide coming out of the S's there, Matt, and up towards the final corner now. Down the inside, there's no room
squeeze
there.
It up the inside. Well, he really tried there, but you can see he's well up for this. Dare I say it, not against Anthony Cross on that, but dare I say it, really Foley is just going to pick his spot at some stage during this race. Anthony Cross got a better run out of the last corner, and that bought himself a little bit of time on the run up to turn one, and has opened the slightest gap, but that's only going to be momentarily as Des Foley will close on him on the run down to turn three.
He carries lovely amount of speed through turn one, Foley, and gets a great run out, and as a result he's almost alongside her the way to turn. Look at Paula Moore, 99 in the black Leastone chassis right there, and she's going really well. She had a year out, and she's of course Ray Moore's wife, Ray Moore, who we obviously running right at the front end, and she's going well and running right with the leading pack. Oh, look at this, Foley beginning to weave around as they come down into Sayed Corner. Cross has the inside covered, but Foley has a look on the outside.
Well, if you want to be an overtaker, you've got to take unconventional lines, and certainly Des Foley is the master of that. He'll put that car anywhere. Now if he can get a good run out of the corner, he's going to be up the inside here. Hand in the air, he's got a problem.
Safety car is out. Safety car is out, man. The BMW Ireland 5 Series safety car is out on the track. We're not sure why, but I'm sure we'll pick that up. There's one of the rescue units heading under the bridge at the top of your screen. Well spotted by all these drivers. Even though these are the novices in Formula V, they've got a little bit of experience under their belts. This is round 3 of their championship, of course. And the final star of tomorrow, Matt, is the big thing people talk about in Irish motorsport for brand new raw novices to come into the class. There's a great prize available for that from Paul Heavey in Leastone to drive one of his Formula 1000 cars, and that's what Des Foley has his eye on. Can't quite see a number on that car there.
Can't see a number on that. It's out at
it's down at turn 1, I think.
Turn 1.
Very small number on it. The seatbelt just obscuring it slightly. You'll have to bear with us. 86, Matt.
Well, that is James Jones.
James Jones, a new paint job on that car. You should be able to pull that car out relatively easily.
Just to steer it out, so I don't think he'll be able to take the restart.
Brendan O'Brien in the Global Auto Care car, beautifully prepared car. That's Shane McBride, another great racer from Dundalk. Himself and his dad and his mate prepared the car themselves. That's real Formula V racing. And not showing the pace the front runners today, but when he gets into a scrap, he's a good little driver, Shane McBride, and he'll be thinking, if I just had 2 more tenths of a second I could get up to these guys and have a right go at them. Anthony Cross, as we said, we sense that he doesn't maybe have the outright pace, but he's driving beautifully. He's not getting ruffled by the fact that Des Foley is all over him here at the front of the field, so he will try and just hold that back when we get going again. Good job there by the marshals.
Great job, the marshals, no hanging about there, just get the rope on it, get it towed out, and away we go, you know.
That's the Mondello Park track team, and if you want to join them, great bunch. They have a good old social life as well, and very knowledgeable about motorsport in general. So Mondello Park track team at gmail.com will get to them. In fact, Ed Griffin, who you just saw unhooking the rope there, will be the man that will answer that email when you contact them. But they are really, really good. You can just see how quick they've turned that one round. If this track team weren't as good as they were, Matt, we'd be stopping the races, we'd be having delays.
That's right.
And we'd all be having a cup of tea now. So great job again.
And particularly when you think on the national circuit, it is short. The time, there's not a lot of time before the cars come back at you. It's not like the international circuit where you will get a bit of a break, but the track team there doing a superb job. Anthony Cross now weaving around. He's under a bit of pressure because this is an opportunity for Foley to pounce, but Cross has resisted his moves so far. It's been a terrific dice between these two, and we're looking forward to lots more. Justin Costello there running in third, then Gavin Buckley is fourth, and that is Paula Moore who's running in fifth.
BMW's picked up the pace there, obviously from radio and in race control. I'd say the lights are probably off on that car. There'll be a lot of tactics involved, and you tend to see some of the novices drop the ball here. They don't stay right on the gearbox of the car in front. It is absolutely crucial. You can hand away 4 or 5 laps worth to try and catch back up to somebody. The BMW on the doorstops there, that must be Sean Doyle. Who else would be driving it like that down into Sayet Corner? And here we go now, and everybody's staying right together. Des Foley should be well aware. New sponsor on the side of that car. Looks like MGB Associates. That's hardly they're highly restored classic cars. I don't think MGBs. We need to find out what they do.
Well, Anthony Cross has done a good job at the start here. He's backed them up. He's trying to time this for himself as he gets to run out of turn one now. He's just going to drop the pedal and try to drive away. But I can tell you, Des Foley has been wise to all of that, and he's hung right in there with them. Foley now has a little look round the outside as they go down to turn one, and surely he cannot live round out there. He can, and he does. Well, so far so good, but Anthony Cross has come back and pretty emphatically there, retaking the lead.
Yeah, Cross is very calm and composed here, hasn't got the pace, and you can see that, but he's not locking wheels. He's one eye on the mirrors, but looks quite composed. Good season last year for Cross, a little bit of experience under his belt. It's great to see that he's not getting rattled at all, because Des Foley just looks, it looks ominous, doesn't it, when you see Des comes behind you. You think he's just going to grab that lead and disappear up the road. But Cross is holding him back nicely there.
Well, in fairness to Cross on that run down to turn 3, you could see him move across ever so slightly just to control the positioning and not let Des Foley pick his spot. Here they go then, back up to turn 1 again. It's Anthony Cross in the lead, moving to the inside to defend that line as Des Foley now has to look around the outside, and that has given a bit of an opportunity there to Justin Costello to get involved in this, and that really would be a lifesaver for Anthony Cross if Costello was to get involved. Also in the background there you can see Gavin Buckley, the second of the 2 yellow cars as we call them, getting involved also, trying to round the outside there just a little bit further back, but getting up now behind Justin Costello and trying to put some pressure on him. Meanwhile, Paula Moore getting involved also. She's coming through there. So it's obvious now that Anthony Cross, driving defensively as he is, really is holding up the field at this stage. So he could do that. Collie Barrable will show him a few tricks on how to do that.
Indeed he will. And that's Brendan O'Brien in the Honda Autocare Global car coming up to join this group. So the pace having slowed right down because Cross doesn't care about fast laps. He just wants to hang on to his lead, and Foley gets the car way out of shape there, flicking the car in a little bit late, trying to get a late apex. Paula Moore has a run at Buckley in the background. She's decided she wants to move up the order just a little bit, but Cross now leaves the door slightly open. Is it enough? Foley down the inside. There could be contact there, but Cross sits around the outside and just manages to hang on to it.
Well, Cross was really lucky there. I think there might have been a moment of contact, but nothing in it. But Cross just caught napping there for once, left the door open, and Foley pounced.
Oh, down the outside on the brakes, and he has the job done before the apex. That's cracking stuff from Des Foley, and no answer there from Anthony Cross for that one. And I think that could be game, set and match, Matt.
Well, watch the pace pick up now. We have a spinner there in the background. That's Buckley, spun right around, has lost his rear wheel, bouncing all over the road. Shane McBride there also know, in fact, that is Brendan O'Brien in the global car in the background, but unfortunately I don't think Gavin Buckley is going to be too much further, but his wheel carries on.
But that's just fine for you to use your...
just bounced along by the barrier.
Not time for a corny Kenny Rogers joke from Matt, no?
It is, if we could remember one. Well, red flags are out for that, so the red flags are out.
Red flags are out, and that's going to bring us, and Des knows, that's going to bring us back a lap, and that would put Des back to second place after all that hard work. And Anthony Cross will be having a little chuckle under his black visor there as he rounds the final corner. Face car is out, but the safety car is out, but the red flag is also being waved, so they should come to a stop here on the start-finish line. Always a little bit of confusion with drivers. You never really know whether you're supposed to continue round and come in the back gate or stop. And again, that's what's happening there.
There's some confusion there. So they're being hooshed on. You can see the official there just encouraging them to go on ahead. That maybe declared the result at this stage.
I think it will, and I think it'll go back, and I think Cross will probably take it. We'll let you know as soon as we get that. But more cracking racing from Irish Formula V, the budget single-seater class. And again, some of these cars available around the 3,500 mark to get you out there, and you'd be competitive in the Finale Star of Tomorrow Championship there as well. Crown Plaza sponsor the B Championship. You'll see the A runners out later on, with the safety car leading them back in towards the paddock area. There's Kreger with his lovely shorts on, giving them all thumbs up.
Delightful shorts, really.
They are.
Yeah, do you get dressed in the dark every day?
Stalwart supporter of the Formula V class, Kreger Elliott, of course. KregerNews.com, his website, if you want to have a look at it. There's a Dublin translator and a few other bits on there. Now you'll see the track team in action again. The two Mazda Snatch units, the pickup units there. The rescue unit is there. Don't worry if you know anyone involved. They'll just always check up on make sure the car is safe, make sure there's no electrical issues, and of course make sure the driver is safe as well, and maybe bring him back to the medical centre if need be.
Des, our second place man. There's a bit of confusion here because of the count back. Anthony nearly came running in second place, so we'll call this, come into me Des a bit closer there. Des, you've had a great start to your career in Formula V so far. Win last time out in the B race, and looked like maybe you were going to do it this time, but the count back probably took the win off you.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate with the count back, because I think on track I won the race, but you know, the rules are the rules. When the red flag comes out, you go back a lap. So
yeah, you'll probably benefit from it sometime.
Yeah, probably, but today it hasn't gone my way, unfortunately. But
fantastic performance, trying all for the man so new to car racing, trying so many different manoeuvres down the round the outside, up the inside, and eventually a manoeuvre that's not that easy to do round the outside at the first turn.
Yeah, well, fair play to Anthony for allowing me to do it as well, because it's
I wouldn't say he was allowing you now, but he gave you the room is what you mean.
You have to have a bit of trust in the driver that they're not going to hit you when you do it, so fair play to him for that. But no, it was good racing. He did a good job to keep me behind for so long, and yeah, I really enjoyed it out there. Pity it got cut short because we had about 6 minutes left, so well, that's racing.
And obviously you need a good car to perform like that straight out of the box with so little experience. Paul Heavy's done a great job for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, a big thanks to Paul and Mark who are putting out the car for me each weekend. It's running really well. This weekend anyway, it's been perfect for me, and yeah, hopefully now with the A race we can get a good result. Probably won't be able to get a win, but you know, something positive anyway.
Well done. Another great performance there by one of our newcomers, Des Foley, and we're bringing in